Hey David, I hope all is well. Right now it is 11:33. Sorry, this video is gonna be a little late. Also trying to keep it down. I'm thirsty. I'm tired. Just finished up all the questions. I got the first half done earlier, and after work I got home pretty late. Had to buy some groceries or just some stuff for the video because I didn't want to make something cheap again, so I'm doing something a little nicer. Today we got two ingredients today. Vodka sauce, never had this before, and spaghetti. Also, making a return, we got Costco meatballs. Alright, so first off, as you can see, I have my pasta water going, and then I'm also heating that pan up for the meatballs. I don't have a lot of stove space, so I think I'm just gonna do meatballs first and then put the sauce in, and hopefully that simmers up a little bit. But as I wait for that to heat up just a little bit more, I'm gonna put I don't have olive oil, I have avocado, so I'm gonna put some avocado oil into my boiling water. Let that boil up a little bit, as well as some salt. Nothing too crazy though, just like, let's see. Okay, there we go. Alright. I think I'm gonna do just a couple of meatballs today, just like, I'm really hungry by the way. Let's get one more meatball in there. I'm super hungry. Oh, two more of those. I'm gonna crack open the window. Alright, while this is going, let's get this started. If you can't hear most of the, I know there's a lot of simmering and stuff going on. If you can't hear the questions, just let me know in a comment for my answers to the questions. You can also have this open up and ready. Easy. Alright. Just describe the strategy of collectivism according to the text. Why does it work? Collectivism is a tool of influence based on social norms. The book described it as if you break the social norm, you face exclusion from the group. Advertisers will often make it appear as though everyone is already acting in a particular manner to get everyone to actually act. Advertisers will often make it appear as though everyone is already acting in a particular manner to get everyone to actually act in a particular manner. It works because you're able to get people to side with your ideas. Okay, this is going to be challenging. So, question 2 is to define each building block of collectivism. So, I'll put this down for a bit. There are 4 building blocks to collectivism. First, it's going to be obedience, conformity, action, and purpose. Obedience is sometimes all you need to do to get people to, this is on high, I gotta turn that down. Cold. Sometimes all you need to do to get people to do an action is to tell them to perform it. So even if what is asked can induce harm. So, like the Milgram shock experiment. I actually learned this in, I think, one of Alan's classes. It was like comm research. And we talked about this exact, study done. It's pretty interesting. All in all, people are surprisingly obedient. I didn't look up what temperature to put the sauce in, so YOLO. Conformity. Our willingness to go with the crowd. With the line test, for example, by having everyone choose their own answer, it makes it more likely for someone else to go along with it. That is conformity in a nutshell. I think these are going to be fine. I'm going to pause real quick. I'm going to add the sauce. That's pretty cool. Okay. Maybe it's a little too hot. Yeah, I think it's a little too hot. Alright, as you can see, my pasta sauce is going. I hope the smoke detectors don't go off. I don't think I've ever cooked pasta sauce before. Gosh. Oh, dude, this is awesome. What the heck? Can you even see me? Whoa. It's like a hot box. Gosh. Oh, it smells. Conformity, a willingness to go with the crowd. With the line test, for instance, by having everyone else choose the wrong answer, it makes it more likely for someone else to go along with it. Action. People are likely to undertake the behavior. There we go. People are more likely to undertake the behaviors desired if they act towards the goal. We like our thoughts, feelings, and actions to be aligned. When marketers/advertisers want to create a collective item or action, I'm so tired, I'm sorry. There must be strong purpose behind it. There must be a purpose that the brand is capable of actually delivering. Pasta sauce is going in, or pasta spaghetti. Spaghetti's going in. So, okay, oh shoot. These tongs. I saw this in a Gordon Ramsay video. He said just twist. It's not falling down. You know, it's funny, I'm not going to be going to sleep until not only am I done eating and washing the dishes, but I also got to edit all this. I'll try to make it a little entertaining. If you wonder why I'm never late to class, it's because I'm up late doing something like this. Homework, eating, or gaming. That pasta sauce better be good, man, I swear. Oh, I'm adding some water. I saw in a video you can add water. I'm gonna add water. We're gonna shake this up a little bit and add a little more sauce in there. Describe one example in detail of a real company that used each of the building blocks of collectivism. Please break it down into each building block. Okay. You know, funny enough, I was at Starbucks when I was doing chapter 7 questions. I work at Starbucks. And we're talking about Starbucks. First off is obedience. All right. Obedience, by having customers follow the menu guidances in lingo. Also, as a barista who works there, we encourage frequent customers to download the app to reap benefits, which leads to conformity. Which conformity is I wrote down a majority of coffee drinkers go to Starbucks using social media for ads, as well as influencers making their own videos, which increases conformity. Also, seasonal beverages like pumpkin, I forgot to set a timer, like pumpkin spice becomes popular and sparks curiosity, which can lead to more people coming in. As I mentioned earlier, the rewards apps incentivizes people to come to build points for free items. This app also has mini games that involves purchasing certain items, which drives traffic to our stores. Also, by repetition, people will want to stop by for a daily coffee that can energize the rest of their day. The purpose behind this is for customers to have a place to quickly grab something for fuel for the day if stopping by the drive-thru, or to have a pleasant coffee house experience when coming inside. I'm tasked, for me when I work, I'm tasked to make sure every customer has a good experience and creating a warm and positive environment for all customers. The purpose is repetition, positivity, and experience. Okay. Before we start question 8 or chapter 8, we have pasta sauce going. We don't have a timer. We're just gonna YOLO it. We have the pasta sauce right here, the vodka sauce with meatballs in there. Never had vodka sauce again, so hopefully it's good. But all right, 8 to 12 minutes for the pasta. Describe the strategy of ownership according to the text. Why does it work? Ownership is the idea of placing more value on something we create ourselves. With the IKEA example, you see that people will place more value on price and how much they like it if they make it themselves. The endowment effect also plays a part in ownership, which is we place greater value on items because we own them. Define the three components. The three components of ownership. Number one, autonomy. The person determines what they shall do. They are the deciders. Shoot, my apron just got undone. I need this for a little flair, I guess, you know. Personal relevance is number two. There is a connection to the possession and the person. They need to relate it to it. There is a connection to the possession and the person. They need to relate to it in some way, shape, or form, perhaps like a reflection of themselves. Taste test number one for spaghetti. That's hard. Wow. Not even close. Oh. Ooh, I'm excited to talk about this. All right. Question number three is describe a real-world marketing strategy tapping into ownership. Now from the book, how does this example match the three components of ownership? Spotify. Music in general. You can say Spotify, you can say Apple Music, but specifically Spotify. So, also a fun fact about Starbucks, I get free Spotify Premium for working there. Pretty cool. Autonomy. You get to make your playlist. You get to determine what music you listen to. Because autonomy is you are the decider, you get to decide what you want to listen to and how to make your playlist and whatnot.
Go medium now?
You know, I probably shouldn't have dumped my sauce in to this when there's like no, well, it's like on high. It's pretty stupid. All right. Personal relevance. The music can be a reflection of the person you are, but it can also relate to a person's feelings depending on the lyrics and genre of music. We connect music to the person we are, essentially. It was what I wrote down. I'm trying to think more about it, but whatever. Cognitive dissonance. Having features like Spotify Wrapped highlighting your favorite artists, genres, songs, etc. It keeps you more invested in the app and care more about what you are listening to. The same could be said about Apple Music. Again, like I said, Apple Music is essentially the same thing. They have their own version of like a Spotify Wrapped, which is like a yearly music, recap. Taste test number two. Close. Let's try this vodka sauce, by the way. Got that. I'm only making this for myself, so. Ooh. Okay. Not bad. Alright. This is almost done, by the way. Describe a creative way your client can use the strategy in detail. Okay, this was hard. Oh, did I mention? I didn't mention this. I didn't answer. Did I answer? I forgot to answer question 4. Okay, we're gonna rewind. Question 4 from chapter 7. Describe a creative way your client can use the strategy of collectivism. Using each 4 blocks. I completely skipped that. I'm so sorry. I have a lot of editing to do tonight, but that's okay. So, obedience. We want recognition and donations to help fund the cause. Encouraging participants at events. I don't know how to read. We want recognition and donations to help fund the cause. That's what we want. The action. That's what we want people to do. So, by encouraging participants at events, or the billboard, or even flyers, it's telling people to donate to a charitable cause. That is the start, like the strategy. Ugh. Action now, or conformity. Perhaps with good turnouts at events, coupled with social media highlighting the turnouts and maybe even displaying how much they were able to raise with donations, this can encourage more donors. 3, action. With the goal being to stop homelessness in Spokane, that can be called to action. It is a very sizable goal, so by maybe having a raffle of some sort to donors can be of good use. And 4, purpose. The purpose at the end of the day is to stop homelessness in Spokane by doing their part in supporting the homeless children and parents of children. Again, however, is this like achievable? Okay, I do remember now. So with purpose, you know, it has to be an attainable, like achievable goal. And so simply stopping homelessness is a pretty sizable goal. Maybe it's not achievable. So I said, so maybe the goal of an event hosted is to raise a certain amount of money to help achieve a bigger goal. Back to question 4 of chapter 8 now. All right, test number 3. Almost there, like a cup like this. After I finish this question, will be golden. All right. I gotta go a little quickly though. It's almost there. All right. So, for all of this, please correct me if I'm wrong. All right. For Family Promise, the 3 components of ownership as a strategy. First off, autonomy. You get to. I said it as you get to decide whether to donate, whether to partake or don't. Oh, I'm sorry. Decide to donate or partake in any of the fundraisers or events that are hosted or brought to you by Family Promise. That is your decision. You know, as a person, you can decide whether to partake or not. That is your autonomy. All right, personal relevance. So, okay, so maybe someone is connected to the Family Promise and donates because they have been in a familiar position. So maybe they feel like the need to, you know, within, or maybe because they feel like in a religious sense. I use the Matthew 25 verses 30 to 40 like as like an example. People can see that and be like, okay, it's essentially talking about helping those in need. So I think that verse highlights that perfectly. All right, I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit. So next is cognitive dissonance. I think I may have got this one wrong, but please again let me know. So by donating, you care about the mission and the goals that the Family Promise is going for. Therefore, you may be someone who attends all of their events and is a frequent donor because of that personal relevance. So that makes sense to me, because cognitive dissonance is when someone acts towards an outcome adjusts to align with their actions, their thoughts and feelings. Essentially caring, right? So you care because it's relevant to you. And you are frequently donating and frequently attending because you care. I think that makes sense. Also, last taste test real quick. And that was it. I do want to say, yeah, perfect. Now that the pasta sauce is done, or the pasta sauce is done, and the pasta's done, I have this little strainer right here. I'm gonna strain it. I think I'm gonna do it here in the sink. Yeah, we're gonna do it here in the sink, and I'm gonna put it in there and mix that together. Wish me luck. Okay, this is the pasta. This is the strainer. This is a terrible idea. I don't think this is how you do this, but we're gonna give it a try. Woo! Ready? Okay, none's leaking out. Okay, ready? In 3, we're just gonna flip it in 3, 2, 1.
not gonna be able to sleep tonight.
Pasta sauce. Stay there. Well, actually, I don't need this anymore. All right. Nice. And then we mix. Get that out. Dude, I'm honestly super stoked, man. Like, this is like stuff I'm gonna have memories for such a long time, and I really do hope you enjoy the videos. I know you said to do it with a partner. However, you know, Houston's a busy guy. I'm a busy guy. I got off at 10, 2 days in a row. Like, we have busy schedules. I think he works more than me, you know, which is also crazy. So, that being said, I hope this is acceptable. I hope you enjoyed the video. I said that already, and you know, again, let me know if you do, you know, and because I really do like where I'm going with this. I do hope to make this, like, even after this class, start doing kind of content like this. It's fun. All right, this is all for me. This is the finished product. Nice. Not bad, am I right? I should give you a taste test here. I should. All right. It's midnight. Still hungry. Taste test. It's really hot, so I'm not gonna get a meatball, but. That's pretty freaking good. All right. Thanks, David. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, I guess. Bye.